Hey you guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am iteshamarie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Fenty Skin's newest launch. So Fenty Skin just dropped their brand new Hydra Vizor Huez, which is a tinted moisturizer, but it also has sunscreen in it, girls. So if you guys are interested in seeing me apply this new tinted moisturizer from Fenty Skin and letting y'all know if this is a hit or miss and if you should check it out, then let's go ahead and get into it. Okay girl, so this just arrived in the mail. Very excited to try it out and see how it's gonna work on me, how it's gonna look and everything. This is the new Fenty Skin Hydra Vizor Huez. What this is a tinted moisturizer that has SPF in it. It has an SPF of 30 and this is a mineral sunscreen. If you know anything about sunscreens, you know that there's chemical sunscreens, but there's also mineral sunscreens. And mineral sunscreens don't tend to work very well on deeper complexions. They tend to leave like an ashy cast. Personally, I like to stick with chemical sunscreens because they usually work great with me, but we're gonna see what this one is talking about. This is how the packaging looks. I picked up shade number 7. This is how the actual container that the product comes in looks. And if you're thinking that this looks a little weird, it's because you need to buy the separate container to sit this down into, and I did buy that part too. So this is how the container looks. Take your tinted moisturizer and you sit it down in there, right? And to close it, you just twist this at the bottom and it goes right down in there. To open it, just screw it right back up. The tinted moisturizer itself retails for $42. You do get 1.7 fluid ounces of product. The actual container component is $6. Let's get into the claims of this. It says that this is a mineral SPF moisturizer that flexes across 10 inclusive shades to hydrate, visibly boost skin elasticity, protect and visibly reduce pores and dark spots. The coverage is light. The finish is radiant. Well, some of the highlighted ingredients is the zinc oxide. So that's the mineral sunscreen that you're getting. It's 15%. You get an SPF of 30. It has hyaluronic acid and aloe. So it's going to be hydrating, soothing, and conditioning for the skin. And it also has niacinamide. So the niacinamide is claiming to reduce the look of pores and dark spots over time, of course. So let's go ahead and apply this to my skin, see how it looks. I'm gonna start out by applying it to one side of my face, just to compare the coverage and see the shade match. Hey y'all, so this is how my skin is looking. I did already moisturize my skin and I used a primer. Yeah, just so y'all can see, this is how my skin looks with just moisturizer and primer on it. I'm gonna apply it directly to my skin and we're gonna start with the right side of my face. It does say to use your hands to blend this in. This should be more than enough for one side. This has a smell to it and I'm trying to think of what it smells like. It doesn't smell like sunscreen to me. That's quite a lot. I may have used too much for just one side of my face. What I can say is this is looking like a perfect match. This is how it looks on just the one side of my face and then compared to the side with nothing. Y'all can see right here where I didn't blend it in all the way, but that's just because I think I put too much. I'm trying to think of what this smells like. It is fragrance free, but it smells like something. Definitely giving radiant finish. So let's go ahead and apply this to the other side of my face. And you know what? I think I'm gonna apply it with a brush to the other side just to see if the finish and the coverage is any different. And I am using a completely clean brush, y'all, just so y'all don't think that there's like any extra product on it or anything. I've applied it to both sides of my face. This is how the side looks where I applied it using my brush. You guys can see that it is giving light coverage because you can still see my skin through it. It did not leave like any streaks or anything on my skin, being that I did apply it with the brush. It blended in really, really nicely. And then this is the side that I used my fingers to apply. I feel like this side does have a little bit more coverage, and as you guys can also see, This side is leaving a much more dewy finish. I can't even call this radiant. This side I would say is radiant. This side I would say is definitely dewy. So the reason that the coverage and the finish looks different based on me applying it with my fingers and with a brush is because when you use your fingers, I mean, you're getting all of the product on your skin versus when you use a tool like a brush or a sponge, the tool that you're using is going to soak up some of the product. Personally, I prefer the way that this side looks because I do have like combination oily skin. So I know if I was just to walk out like this, if I didn't want to set my makeup or anything, that this side probably is not going to work for me because it's just way too glowy, and as the day goes on, my oils are going to come through more and I'm just gonna look like an oil slick. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of like take away from some of that dewiness and go over it with my brush. I pulled up the Fenty Skin's website because I was just a little curious. One of the things that it does say is that you can pair this with your other Fenty Beauty and Fenty Skin products. So that's just what I'm gonna do so that y'all can see how this performs with like a concealer, bronzer, and all of the things. First thing I'm gonna do is go in with my Fenty Beauty We're Even concealer. I'm using shade 370. Now what I'm noticing as I'm putting this concealer on is that the tinted moisturizer is not sitting in any of my fine lines, and it does say that the tinted moisturizer is supposed to visibly plump your skin instantly, and I do feel like it's doing that. So while that concealer sits, I'm going to take my matchstick in the shade Espresso and bronze my skin. So I went in and set my concealer. Now I'm using Mocha Mami bronzer. Finish everything up. I'm gonna pop on my Fenty Heat Gloss in Hot Chocolate. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that this tinted moisturizer does work very well with the other Fenty Beauty products. So if you wanted to get like a full face look, you most definitely can. What I want to talk about is this shade match, because as y'all saw, when I blended this into my skin, it blended in seamlessly, right? Like it was literally a perfect match for my skin. For there to only be 10 shades, I know they said that these are very flexible shades, but for there to only be 10 shades and for this one to match me so easily, I felt like, and I hate to say it, but this tinted moisturizer somehow matches me better than the Fenty Soft Lit foundation. How do y'all do that? Like the undertone and everything was just perfection. As y'all can see, there's no type of weird ashy cast on my skin from that mineral sunscreen. And Fenty Skin is also claiming that there should be no flashback. So I'm gonna test that with my flash really quick while I got y'all with me. And let me check it out. No flashback. Ooh, that looks so good. I'm gonna put a picture right over here. Don't that look good? This tinted moisturizer is like butter. And still looking, I'm just checking again on my smile lines. It's not sitting in them. I don't know, y'all. I might like this better than the actual foundation. I can't say that for sure because this is my first time trying it out, see how this wears. I'm not gonna do a wear test today just because I have so much to do and I have another look that I need to film. So I'm not gonna be able to do a wear test for you guys, but I will let y'all know down below in the comments because I do plan to wear this again tomorrow. I'm gonna let y'all know down below in the comments how it wore, so stay tuned. I used shade number 7, and just for reference, Fenty does let you know if you're kind of curious about what shade you should get in the tinted moisturizer. If you check out the Fenty Beauty or the Fenty Skin website, they do let you know what shade to get based on your match in their other foundations. For me, shade number 7 matches to Eavesdrop shades 19 through 21, and Soft Lit and Pro Filter, it matches shades 400 through 445. So what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about how this looks on me, and if y'all have tried this, let me know what y'all think about it. I'm a fan. I feel like this is gonna make me wanna wear my sunscreen more. So the other sunscreens that I wear, I do like them because they do work. They don't have a white cast or anything. thing, but they are chemical sunscreens. If you do, or if you don't know anything about the difference between chemical and mineral sunscreens, chemical sunscreen absorbs into your skin, whereas the mineral sunscreen, which is what the Fenty Skin Tinted Moisturizer is, mineral sunscreen sits on top of your skin and bounces the sun's rays off of it. They say that mineral sunscreen is better for you because it doesn't absorb into your skin and ultimately doesn't absorb into your body. I do like my chemical sunscreens because I don't have to worry about them leaving a white cast. But if the mineral sunscreen is actually healthier for me, and this one is going to give me coverage like makeup, then I mean, the choice is obvious. Now, we've got so many different complexion products from Fenty now. I feel like I should give y'all a video ranking like my favorite Fenty complexions. Like, would y'all be interested in that? I'm gonna have to wear this a few more times to like really get a feel for it and see how it wears throughout the day though. So far, girl, it's giving 10 out of 10. Fenty Skin, y'all did that. Y'all did it again. Y'all know I love me some Fenty, but I'ma always tell y'all the truth about a product. If you're not a fan of Fenty Beauty's undertones in their foundations, girl, try the Tinted Moisturizer. It doesn't have that super duper warm orangey undertone that some of us are experiencing with the Fenty foundation. So that's it, you guys. So that's it for my review of the new Fenty Skin Hydra Vizor Huez Tinted Moisturizer with an SPF of 30. Hope this review was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already yet, please make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family. And I will see y'all next time. Alrighty, bye.